Hello, everyone. I'm Nolan Myers, CEO of Double GDP. We're building an end-to-end platform for new cities to connect with residents, accelerate growth, and deliver responsive public services. I'm here today bringing you an update for Q1 in preparation for our customer council, our quarterly customer council. So roughly November 2020 through March 2021. First, let me just give you a quick update on our team. We're now 15 people spread quite around the globe. Three in California, one in Argentina, our newest member of the team. Five in Nigeria, three in Zambia, one in Kenya, and then of course one in India and Hong Kong. So quite distributed in terms of our team. We're also welcoming our head of customer success in this quarter and another engineer to the team. Overall top line progress, I'd say the things that I want to highlight here are that we have been learning a lot about how to grow the city population and get people to move in. We've expanded our product capabilities to support invoicing, mapping, and workflows. And we've expanded our programs, our residency programs for artists, and launched a new program for hackers, people learning how to build software. Our top line metric is now population, and looking at the overall population, our goal was to grow it to 15 in February, 18 in March. We are at 15 right now. We missed that by 1 day in terms of February, but we are at our February goal, and now looking at 18 for March. Probably the biggest area of strategic emphasis in this quarter has been learning how to build the construction journey. Looking at what that client's construction journey was. At the beginning of the quarter, we had, we started thinking about what that journey looked like as somebody started to become eligible for construction, when they planned to build their house, how they actually started building, and then moving those residents in. Over the quarter, we have learned how to increase some of these numbers and seen some of the ways that we might have influence. Although there is the caveat that the 5 new people that have been residing there, 2 were found and 3 were added through programs. So I would say we don't yet have the mechanics of this down and don't yet have a clear vision on how to move people through this journey. But it is a work in progress, and I'm thrilled that we have this conceptual model and we're making investments both in the product and in programs to make that happen. Speaking of the product, some of the areas that we've worked on, a lot of progress, but the 3 that I want to highlight and share updates around are our invoice and payments recordings, mapping and plot details, our workflow engine. Looking at payments, we now have the ability to record payments and send invoices and receipts. We have recorded our first payment and now actually have several payments, many payments running through the system. The ability to record them in a variety of different ways, and have administrators have tools both on how those payments are coming in and what is overdue and how to manage client expectations. On maps, we have a lot of progress around maps, including being able to show points of interest on the map, being able to map out whole neighborhoods and the plots within those neighborhoods, being able to, for an administrator to be able to edit those plots, including the parameters of drawing the actual plot boundaries, and then being able to associate plots with details such as the resident name or type of plot, but probably more importantly, the ownership and the valuation history. Some of these are capabilities that are just coming online now, and the data is not yet in the system to support them, but that'll be a progress for the next quarter. And then finally, we've done a lot on our workflow. We have now a workflow engine that will allow you to take certain actions based on certain triggers that take place. So for instance, if I want to email somebody every time a payment has been received, I can set that up as a workflow and be able to trigger that automatically. A lot of this is still configured by Double GDP, but what this does is gives us a generic way of dealing with workflows so that we can support a tremendous variety of city workflows as we grow. Next, I'd like to highlight some of the progress in the artist in residence. We have a lot of sculptures that have been released and some murals and paintings that are out there. We now have 12 artists living at Nkwashi and starting to bring culture and a vibrancy to the site. And we just launched our Hackers in Residence program this last week. We have 2 hackers that are planning to join us this in March. Finally, a lot of progress around sales, and which is primarily what I'd say is that I'd like to highlight is around our vision as the platform as a hub. And this really allows us to start talking about the ways that we can serve cities in a variety of different ways. So one, some core capability that includes the digital ID, registry, mapping, workflow, permissions, many of the things that you saw us building here, and something that gives a mobile-friendly access to any resident or administrator, and an administrative tool on the web for administrators to see dashboards and such. This comes with a host of built-in modules for double GDP, and ways that we can extend those modules for other specific use cases where there might be third-party software that we want to integrate with. We also imagine smart city connections of various types, LED sensors, meters, etc., and an app ecosystem building on APIs that double GDP provides. This is the most robust articulation of our platform that we've yet seen, and something that seems to be resonating well with potential partners that we are talking with. In terms of thinking about last quarter and next quarter, we accomplished most of what we aimed at to do last quarter. We wish we would have had a little bit more progress around the client construction and becoming a system of record. And of course, hope to close an agreement in this quarter, but we do have a lot of good traction that we've done there. In terms of our focus next quarter, we want to continue working on payments and actually be able to accept payments directly. Right now, we're recording payments that are taking place in another system. Invest a lot more in the construction journey and the management of that journey, get more insights from the maps. One of the biggest challenges to growing the population will also be thinking about the housing stock. So this is where the construction journey and also the construction rewards program that we have down here will work in conjunction to think about how do we grow the housing stock and inspire people to take residency. And we hope to close one more partner in Q2. That's it for today. Thank you very much, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the Customer Council.